Welcome and karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar. Today I'm going to share with you how we're going to make this beautiful, soft and fluffy garlic butter naans. So my recipe calls for about 4 cups of all-purpose flour. That's about 512 grams. And then I added about 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar and half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of baking powder. This recipe does not require any yeast. And then to that, I added also some salt, about half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And I'm getting my garlic ready. I'm going to be using some fresh garlic, as you can see. That's about 6 cloves of garlic. And then to my flour, I like to use cumin powder. That's 1 teaspoon, which is totally optional. It just adds an extra flavor. Then I just like to mix it. Then I added about half a teaspoon of fresh garlic. And then to that, I'm adding about half a cup of yogurt. This is unflavored yogurt, plain yogurt. And then 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So I'm just going to mix this into some crumbs, not very fine, just some crumbs. And I have got about 1 cup of warm water, not very warm, just a little warm, simply because the yogurt was very cold. So I started with half a cup of water. And we're just going to mix this. Now, why I use the yogurt is because the yogurt and the baking soda has a special chemical reaction that's going to make our naans very soft and light. All right. And then I added another 1/4 cup of water. And we're just going to mix this well and combine. Then I'm going to finish the rest of the water. Like I say, you may need a little more or you may need less, but just remember that this dough is very, very soft and sticky. It's going to be a little bit difficult to knead, but you need a soft dough to make soft naans, okay? So whenever you have an issue, just, use a little oil in your palm like that, or maybe you can drop a few drops and continue kneading for about 5 to good, maybe 7 or 8 minutes, all right? Because even though we want the dough to be soft and it's very sticky, you still want it to be nice and firm. Okay, so I'm using the same bowl. You can use the oil, or if you want, you can dust some flour, inside so that the dough does not get stuck. And then I use the damp cloth or towel, whatever you have, and keep it to rest for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So now I'm getting ready to prepare my garlic butter. Now the butter is cold, obviously, as you can see. So I've got it on low heat, and I'm just doing this to prevent it from burning, because the butter melts very fast and it burns very fast, and I don't want that to happen. And then I add my fresh garlic. This is about, maybe you can go between half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon, or even 1 tablespoon, depends how strong you want your garlic to be. All right, so once it starts bubbling like that, I just turn off the heat and remove it from the heat. Okay, so now we're getting ready. I've got half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of water, and I just added about 1 teaspoon of salt. And you just want to mix it until it's dissolved. So now we are ready, and if you can see, the dough is very soft. And I'm just going to divide this into 8 portions. Now you can do any amount that you want. It depends on the pan that you're using. Mine is small, so I have to make small naans. But if you have a bigger pan, you could make larger naans, maybe 6 or maybe 5, however you like it. So now I am ready to roll, and you just want to dust the surface with a little flour. And naans are usually teardrop shape, but you can make them whatever shape you like. All right. And I usually don't make them this thick. I make them usually between 1/4 to 1/2 centimeter. Okay. So, but you can make them however you like. And please make sure that your pan is ready. My pan is on medium. Not high, just medium at the moment, and you can use any heavy skillet that you have, all right? Or maybe a tawa. Okay, so now you're gonna flip this to the other side, and then we're gonna dab some salt water, the one we made. You can use your fingers too. Now the salt water is gonna act as a glue between the naan and that hot pan, just like how they make them in the tandoor. That's how it is, all right? And this is where I lose the shape. I can never retain it, but there is a special something that you make, the Indian people make, where you can retain the shape. So I'm just going to place the naan here, and you will get a nice sizzling sound, when the water touches that hot pan. And once you place your naan, you're going to turn the heat up. It's going to be high, but that depends on the kind of pan that you have, okay? So you have to know how to control the heat. And once you see the bubbles like this, you know that your naan is cooking well, and we're going to flip it. Now, if you have a light pan, it is going to burn, so please be careful. All right, so you're going to put it like that for about 2 minutes, and you see, it may take 2-3 times, but you have to check to make sure that you do not burn your naan. And this is just about perfect. And so easily, see how it comes out. Now, in between, your naan may drop when you flip it, so just run some water on the pan and then keep continuing to cook. So you see it's nice and crispy at the bottom. I missed that. And we're just going to brush some butter, garlic butter. And that's it. And you can serve this with anything that you want. And I made one round too, just to show you. You can serve it with anything that you want. I served it with my coconut dal, some fried fish, and some spinach. I have posted the dal, but I plan to come back with the fish and the spinach as well. All right, so you see how nice and crispy at the bottom, and they look so beautiful and so soft, just like that. So thank you so much. For more recipes, please visit me at Aroma of Zanzibar, and you'll find all the ingredients and the measurements in the description box below.